talk about Divergent.
Oh my gosh, this book is amazing. I'm going to
I read it in 3 days, and I had a softball tournament, and I'm going to watch our little team. We have a littler team, and I'm going to watch their game. I'm like, read the book, and they're like, what the heck is wrong with you? I'm like, I have to finish.
I just stayed up till 3 o'clock the first night, 2 o'clock the next night, and then 3 o'clock the next night for this freaking book. Oh my gosh, it is so good. Like, if you haven't read this book, you need to read the book.
Get out.
Because it is, like, amazing.
Get out.
Wait.
Just go.
Oh, wait, because we are going to
Get out,
spoil
we're
you
gonna spoil
about the book. This is a video for the people
who have read it. I'm serious.
Mustache. We're going to talk from the very beginning of the book. So, you see how her mom is cutting her hair and how she says she only gets to, like, look in the mirror,
every 3 months.
Yeah, it's like,
these people are pretty
I would
selfless.
look like a piece of crap, I'm pretty sure, if I didn't look in the mirror every once in a while, because feeling myself... Awkward.
How do you guys think she made that decision?
Yeah, she talks about her brother and how she's like...
She thought he was going to be abnegation.
Yeah, and they take the test. Okay, let's talk about what we think we would do if we were taking the aptitude test.
So in front of you is this piece of cheese.
Cheese and a knife. I think I would pick the knife because I would want to defend myself for whatever was coming next.
I'd pick the cheese. I'd be pretty hungry.
Cheese.
That's just me.
That's just you. Okay, so...
Right, so when this dog comes out, I'd be like, oh crap, I ate all the cheese.
Grab the knife! If I would stand there, I would stand there still. And I would just stand there. And if the dog come to attack me first, then I would attack back with the knife. If he would just stand there and look at me, I would just stand there.
I would try and befriend it, honestly. Just to, be like, oh, you're such a pretty fluffy. Even though he's probably butt ugly if he's going to attack you.
Yeah, and...
I've never seen a pretty attack dog.
If that little girl came by and the dog tried to attack the girl, I would
have thrown myself in front of the girl.
In the leg. Honestly.
But the dog does sound like a good idea, just trying to, pin it down and get rid of it, sort of.
Yeah. And then you're on you're on the bus with this guy, and he asks you, do you know this guy?
Probably.
Stranger danger!
Stranger danger!
Nope.
Bye.
No, you don't tell.
Awkward.
Okay, so she doesn't pick anything, which kind of surprised me. I thought she was going to pick the cheese because of the way she was acting, but I don't know. And then she stares at the dog, and she's thinking, if I don't look away from the dog's eyes, I will, yeah.
I really do think that's, an element of foreshadow, showing you that she's going to change and evolve into this brave person.
Yeah. And then, okay, so after the aptitude test, the lady's
she's like, don't tell anyone. Don't even tell your friggin' parents. That's how scary this is.
I would be pretty scared. I would
have been like, can I take the test?
Now we're going to talk about how she was like, okay, so after they go to they're in the ceremony. Let's talk about how she wipes her hands on her pants, and I'm like, I do that. I know I do that. I do that during softball whenever I'm about to go up to bat. My hands get all sweaty, and I wipe them on my pants. Yes.
When she did that, I really thought that the author just tried to say she's still not sure on what she's going to choose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They give you such a short amount of time to think about this. I felt like a
And she's Divergent. She doesn't even know what Divergent is.
Yeah, no one will tell her, but all she knows is it's dangerous, and she's like, oh, crap, I make the wrong decision, I'm dead.
Yeah, okay, so she goes up there, she's in there, and her brother chooses Erudite. And it's
that's a stab in the back.
That's a stab, because Erudite and
Amazement
are butting heads. He was trading them, is what they call it, trading faction, blood before
betraying traitors.
What is their little saying? Faction before blood. Faction before blood. That's the saying.
Yeah.
And she goes, and they have to jump onto a train. They have to jump onto a train.
They have to jump onto a train. And then jump off the train onto a roof. A roof.
And the girl,
I don't know how far away this roof is.
Another girl just falls off and dies.
Yeah, with his sister. And she's like,
and she's all crumpled up And you see her all crumpled up on the ground with her blood, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not even in there, and I'm already shaking on the book. And it's like, I don't really have a fear of heights, but I have a fear of dying off of a train and jumping. Everybody has the fear of that, and if you don't, you're crazy.
You're dauntless.
She is jumping.
Just kidding. I don't have
Peter is like all stiff, and I'm like, shut up! I already hate you,
like,
and I'm
yeah,
not even
shut
like
up,
100
Peter.
pages into the book yet. I hate you so much. I hate Peter so much.
It's like, go die in a hole, Peter. Bye.
Bye, Peter. Bye, Peter.
Don't know why we haven't shot you yet.
I shot him.
You shot him in my mind.
Pew. Pew. Peter made me so mad. That whole book. I just
all his face. Yeah, I don't like Peter. I don't think anybody does. I don't even know if his mother loves him.
Yeah. Well, if he traded to go to Dauntless,
his mother probably doesn't love him.
Yeah.
And are they from Candor?
I think no. I don't.
Was she an Erudite? Erudite.
One of those two.
Okay.
Candor or Erudite.
Forgive us.
Forgive us. Okay, so then she has to jump, and you see this black hole. I'm like,
oh crap! There better be like some marshmallows or like those foam cubes at the gym place.
Marshmallows.
I don't know. That's nice. If you can just like jump in there and something squishy catches you.
Yeah. If I were to jump in the net or jump down there, I would know that there's something down there because it's gonna catch me. Mm-hmm. But I know that
expect you to survive.
They
give you that scary feeling, and I would like shove somebody off first or something I didn't care about, like Peter.
Just shove him off.
Get rid of him
now. Off right there because he's gonna screw you up.
But then we wouldn't have a really cute scene with Ford. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. Okay. So
maybe Peter's helpful for that. All right.
Okay, so and she has to jump into the net, and she throws her jacket, her gray jacket, at
like
Peter.
The overshirt.
Yeah, the overshirt, kind of gray.
And then they have like a tighter shirt underneath to like keep warm. I'm guessing.
And I was like, haha, she just threw it at you, Peter.
Can't jump off the thing, can you?
And she jumps off, and she's like, I fell down like a rock, and I could just feel like her sinking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sinking.
It's like, and then it lands, and then she meets Thor, and
oh my gosh,
I love Thor. Even in the very beginning, I was like, Is this the lover boy that I'm gonna meet in this book?
Like,
or is it gonna be another guy?
And now that I finished it, I'm like, Thor.
Okay, so next she, she's already met Christina. I liked Christina.
Oh my gosh, I really like Christina. If you're comparing it to the Hunger Games, even though this is the first book, and Johanna, I thought of her as Johanna, like Johanna that shows up. And she's like really kind of mean, but then she turns out to be nice. I don't know. That's who I thought at first.
I saw Christina as Maya off of Pretty Little Liars. I saw that person as Christina, but with shorter hair, because that's how I imagined her. But if you talk about the training, the training. Yeah, I called it training because initiation was kind of like initiation training.
All the same thing.
Tomato. Okay, so, and they have to fight each other.
And, of course, I'm thinking, well, this hasn't worked out for her. And they say before how she wasn't allowed to run because that's a self-indulgence.
They go off, and they have to fight each other. Who's the first person she has to fight? Oh, yeah, the first time she doesn't fight, and she watches...
So, yeah, the first day she gets to watch Christina fight Molly.
And Christina gets beat up, and she's like, I'm done.
And then Eric's like, what the heck?
Drags Christina out of the little...
And makes her hang over a chasm. And she's having to sit there and, like, stand, like, pull-up position, sort of, and be like,
And then she...
And the water!
Like, I had
That's not fair!
I had a heart attack.
I was like, no, Christina, don't die, girl! You're all she has!
I had a heart attack. I had a miniature heart attack right there. And after that, I hated Eric.
I was like, no.
I was like, you are so cruel. Yeah, and Will and Alf, they're fighting the next day.
Oh my gosh, Alf.
Beats up Will.
I wanted to cry.
Beats the crap out of Will.
He, like, first he has to beat somebody up, and then he gets last ranking when they find out. And he's like, I don't want to fight anymore.
So, yeah, so they all fight, and she beats the crap out of Molly.
And we're like, woo, something good did happen here. Give me my earrings back.
She meets Thor, and she doesn't know if he really likes her. Of course.
Of course. It says it in the preview. In the prologue. What's it called? Prologue? Yeah, prologue. She finds someone she likes. And we're like, oh. And then your heart flutters across the room. Oh my gosh, the Ferris wheel scene.
The Ferris wheel. Oh my gosh.
She's like, I don't think I'm doing anything. I'm finding higher ground. Whoa, we got a smart aleck. And you're like, and then he's like, oh, that's hot. And then they're like crawling up and she's like falling and then she embraces her. I'm like, that's so beautiful. I know. And then I was like, okay, yep, they're gonna be in a relationship by the end of the book. I know it.
Yep. And he's like, and then she almost gets hit by the car. And I'm like, oh my
that's
gosh.
dauntless.
That was cray, right? That was cray.
That stuff, cray.
And then they finally get their other team's flag, and I was so happy because 4 finally beat.
And then Christina, I don't understand
Will.
No, Christina. She was like, you've already saved the day, let me get the flag. And it's like, come on, she found it.
Yeah.
You just tagged along.
Yeah, I was like, that's kind of mean, even though she still deserves to get the flag.
I mean, like, she found it, she thought of the idea, and 4 went along with it. Like, the captain of the team.
Yeah.
You think it's maybe good?
The rest of the team is all, like, trying to come up with a stupid plan about going to searching, and I'm like, no, that's not it. No,
listen to her. It's about her for a reason. There's probably something good that's gonna happen.
Let's name the most, like, crazy and shocking parts in the book. Whenever Peter stabs Edward in the eye.
Yeah.
And you hear
whenever Al joins sides with Peter.
Yeah.
Whenever Myra leaves. Peter, I know we never talked.
Peter, I want to cut your head off, like, right now.
Whenever Myra leaves, and you're like,
I
never caught much about you two being together.
Whenever Eric is still alive. And I'm like, whenever I figured out Eric was still alive, I was like, taking this pill pet, and I was like, stab him again, stab him in the chest as many times as you can.
Ah,
Courtney, what'd you do?
I like air punched and I like popped my elbow out of place or something.
Noob.
Like Emily. Shout out to Emily who says noob all the time. Noob.
Another shocking part in the book. Yeah, whenever 4 gets taken away by Janine, and I'm like,
I no longer hate Peter. All my hate is devoted to you, Janine.
And they're talking, her mom, and they're like, come on, we gotta go. And
when her mom dies for her, oh my gosh.
She's like, I hear my mom tell
me. I just about lost it.
I am brave. And I was like, and then
okay,
about how she shoots Will, and then she's screaming like on the side.
And I'm like, Christina, no, Christina.
I could just see her, if this was whenever this comes out in the movie, just see her like with her back up against the wall, crying and screaming because she had just saw her best friend, her mom just died, and her
dad died too. Oh my gosh, I think I'd lose it if both my parents died. I'd be like, I'm factionless, I'm done.
And then we meet Marcus. Oh, I hate Marcus.
I don't like you, Marcus.
Nobody likes Marcus. Because
not after the Fear landscape.
Yeah, where he whips.
And she takes the hit for him. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. I want to be like,
my heart fluttered so many times in this.
And her heart doesn't flutter very much.
I was like, oh my gosh.
And you're like, it's so beautiful.
Okay, so, and, they're talking, her dad and her brother pull the bullet out of her shoulder, and
my gosh. I would have passed out. I don't do well with I don't even do well with needles. And then when she had to kill Will.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
it was so
gosh,
sad.
I couldn't handle it. I really couldn't.
It was so sad.
I was like, how's Christina gonna feel?
Yeah.
Christina's gonna miss out on this. I mean, and then her candor eyes, as she says, will be able to tell that she did it.
Yeah.
And like,
that part portrays more.
Will you cry in a hole real quick? I'll be back in a few years.
Her dad gets shot.
Why couldn't it be Marcus?
And they describe.
Why couldn't it be Peter?
Yeah, they describe him groaning. That part. Oh, it made me feel so sad. I was like, her mom and her dad just both died. She just lost like everybody in her freaking family because her brother doesn't even count as a freaking part of her family because she didn't even know him.
He broke off for Erudite. Of all places.
Yeah, of all places.
Erudite.
No. Erudite
can go die in a hole. Especially Janine. I'm going to make her death. It's going to be a big hole.
And then next, they go off together. And they destroy the computer.
And he destroys the
data.
computer. That was good.
And then they go off on the train. And then the book ends.
And you're like, there has to be more.
There is more. And it's called Insurgent.
And instead of one choice can change your life forever, it's like one choice can destroy your life for forever.
Yeah, it's...
That stuff.
I have read the second book. It's gonna be real. I have read the second book.
She's read it. She'll make a video later. We'll make a video later when...
After she's done reading it.
After I'm done reading it, which will probably be Wednesday. This is made on Monday.
And, I won't spoil you, but if you like the first book, the second book is as good as the first book. I think it was.
Well, thank you for watching.